Hey y'all, I'm back again. This is Adventures with Ash, and I am Ashley. So, I'm back here again with another vent. I don't call it a vent. Yeah, let's call it a vent. So, I'm just thinking, like, have y'all ever been to a point in life where you don't know your purpose? Or you feel like you was created to go through the struggle? Like, have y'all ever feel like God must hate me? Like, like this is what God saw me as to live. Like, like why did God choose this family? Why God choose this mama, this daddy for me? And I was just like, I used to think that a while. Well, matter of fact, just this week I had like a mental. Yeah. Those same question that I'm asking y'all, it was in my head bad. Like I was crying, putting so much pressure on my heart, making my head hurt just by that crying and that stress, that frustration. And it's like, God is the God of love. You know, He wants what's best. Like, I'm not a Christian, y'all. I'm far from a Christian. Heck, even when I'm in fellowship, it's like, baby, you ain't learned nothing in class tonight, did you? Because you still got that little demon in you, ain't you? And I'm like, I'm just reflecting because it's just something about today, y'all. Something about October 25th, 2024, where it's like, I'm seeing a breakthrough. Like, no, not. Like, I've been on this earth for 36 years. And I say that with that facial expression because it's like, I always thought about how to take it out. Like, how to end this thing called life. Like, no lie. Like, I suffer from depression. I used to be bullied. I come from a small town that I think caused a lot of mental within me. Like, y'all, I ain't gonna lie to you. When you think about a small town, like, to me, in my opinion about small towns, to me, I feel like small towns supposed to be the epitome of a mini heaven. Like, I know we here on earth, and of course, bad gonna always follow, but when you think about a small town, it's supposed to be where everybody love each other. Everybody working to help each other. Everybody got the resources. Everybody know each other by their names, their family. Practically the small town got everybody that's practically connected and connected and related to each other. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, but like the small town come from, I think that's why like a lot of times I see how I'm in like practically in the future. I call 2025, we in the future. So practically in the future, but I still have that past mindset, that past thoughts. Like I got to the point where I had wanted to just do certain things different in the past. But when I was in the past, I was like, I wanted to die. Like literally, because it was just my people, my situations, the struggles. Like, since I've been in this world, it's always been a financial struggle. It was times where I didn't even know what I was going to eat. Only source of income at that time, because shit was cheap back in the 90s. I would never forget how my mama had got disability. And then, she paid all the bills with that one disability check. And then she had my uncle's check too. But that's a whole nother story. And, she had like a child support check that she was getting every week. And I remember like we were really surviving off of scraps. Yeah, me and my sister. Cause it's like I had so much resentment against my mom because I feel like she didn't provide the necessary things to help us have a comfortable life. And even at 36 years old, I'm still here being locked down to my past life. Like, I'm a full grown woman. Like, the shit I went through in the past, baby, it's in the past. And I was just here thinking, like, dang, you know, I'm looking around my surroundings. And you can tell that the season done kicked in. Like, literally, you can step outside your house, and I'm pretty sure you're seeing how bright the leaves are changing, how they're falling, the season changing. And it was like, I'm in a season of change. I'm in a season of growth. I'm in a season where I had to let all that don't serve its purpose fall. I mean, it's amazing how God created these seasons. Summer, winter, fall, and spring. Yeah, they got the names from a white man, maybe. Or even, like, I don't read the Bible. Maybe white men saw the names of the season in the Bible and decided to put it out on the calendar. But at the end of the day, God broke them seasons down. Like I said, y'all, I'm not Christian, and I'm trying to get close to God, but it's like a tug of war. And it's just seeing how seeing how I'm living in this process called life, where the trees, knowing that it's time for them to leave what they're familiar with. Like, literally, they know that they would be back, but it's time for them to leave. Just looking right now at the leaves fall. Just looking right now how red leaves, green leaves, how the tree limbs branching out, getting thinner. And it's like, that resonates with me. And I got a feeling that it resonates with y'all, like whoever decides to come on my channel to see this. Because the reason why I say this, because we are human, and I know that if I'm going through it, y'all going through it too. Like, ain't no way it can be peaches and cream on y'all side of the screen. You just can't. Because the reason why I say that is because life has its moments to be, but you always come around people, moments, situations that tests everything within you, from your faith, your emotions, your feelings. And it just, me looking at this, scenario where my life isn't in order. My purpose and path, God already knew what I'm capable of, but it was me. Like, y'all, I was so comfortable being comfortable without having nothing. Like, I would distract myself to non-purpose, things. Like, I'm the type of person, I would focus on any and everything else or everybody else's shit, but would just say, fuck my shit, because I'm used to this broke shit. But I got older and I'm like, dang, I ain't never really had nothing to myself. Like, y'all, I ain't never even had a place of my own. Never. Ever since God gave me this breath, I would always dream and fantasize about it, but I ain't never had nothing to myself. No crib of my own. Like, just now got me a car. And I'm just looking like, dang, Ashley, like, you ain't the flex that you think, baby. This shit ain't what you should be comfortable with. And no matter how many times I would come across so many things that resonates with God wanted me to be better than what I am. Like, You know, y'all, I know I'm saying like a lot because I need to form my vocabulary, but just bear with me. But, you know, it just, I ain't never really had that view to, like the physical view to just do the shit. Everything I had was always just in my visualization, fantasies, whatever you want to call it. It was just all in my mind. Never did I ever just push out there and do it because it was just, I was comfortable. Hell, growing up back then, you know, once I became that age, even when I got my first job, I should have had made a purpose. And I know that shit behind me, 18 and 36, like, that's some decades ago. And it's just being so comfortable. And it's like at the year 2024 where, now baby, we even have robots walking this earth. I mean, robots is walking this earth. If you really do your research, like, you will see that they're here. But it's gonna be like the normacy. I mean, you see what that man that own a Tesla, how he be pimping them robots out, what he finna do. And it's like, dang, you still got this little girl mindset. You still got this prisoner mindset, baby. You in a whole nother dimension, generational. Like, baby, you in the future where you got robots finna be just doing it big, taking it over. And I'm just like, still stuck in this like 2000 mindset. Cause I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Had I had appreciated what I had back then, like, I feel like with me being so soft spoken, with me like being big, because you know I always been big, dark skinned, with me not even seeing and having that power to stand up for myself, to change my surroundings. You know, of course, like, you a kid, you can't do too much, but it's like from my first job, I should have had just be like, okay, you know what? I see the bullshit, and just boom. And you know, at the age of 36, feeling the way I'm feeling and how I'm feeling today is like I'm going through a cycle of repetitive history. I once was homeless, and that was enough. I had lived in a homeless shelter, still wasn't enough. Like, from being homeless to homeless shelter, I supposed to be shot up like a rocket. And then, even then, still nothing. Even sleeping in a car where a man parked next to me and my family and was about to do his business. Even then, like, being in the dangers of a street, 3 women out in the street with 2 little kids. Because it was like, we were so busy denying the fact that we would have to go back to our hometown in Arkansas that we had chose to be homeless. Because our hometown in Arkansas is pretty much homeless too, because there's no jobs there. We practically didn't fit in. It's not what you know, it's who you know. If you ain't kissing ass, or if they don't like you, they're not gonna hire you. And jobs is very, very limited. So survival was hard down there, was very, very hard. That's why I'm just sitting here and reflecting on how God has always been in my life. Like, how he always been the protector. No matter how many times I came at God, no matter how many times I dissed God, disrespected God, no matter how many times I thought he hated me, saw he hated me, felt he hated me, cursed me, he was really just protecting me and piecing me together and strengthening me. Really. You know, because I think it's like I still got that past trauma. And you know, I know God say, let it go. Like, what you holding on to it for? And that's the truth. Like, today how I feel is Friday. I'm 36-year-old, no kid, none of that. I supposed to be planning on a trip, like, shit, drive down to Texas somewhere. But I'm sitting here and we're just feeling the emotions. But like, I'm on this camera and I feel so different. Like any other day, like if I had known to pick up the camera like this week, I was having the demonic tax Tuesday. I should have picked up the camera and just vented out then and cried that shit out on camera and been like, this is me world. Like, we going through this shit. I say we because we humans. I'm pretty sure countless of times somebody that's viewing this cried in silence. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, I cried countless of times in silence and thought of countless of ways of how I can just say no more to this life. But then I look at the trees and I'm like, baby, God sees something in you. Like, you gotta go through this BS to strengthen you. Because if God never allowed this, baby, I probably would be one of them people that you would find working happily and comfortable at a job like 20 plus years and still at retirement where I'm not even able to retire. Because I always knew that I had a purpose, because I kept getting signs from God where He giving me messages. Because when I used to have to do Uber, ride Uber, it was like a few Uber drivers dropping messages. I'm headed into my 40s. And, the driver was like, you need to find something that's going to fit you, because you're going to end up staying there mad and miserable and in your 40s still saying the same thing and not accomplishing nothing, or you're going to be in your 40s living life, thanking God for life, and finding your purpose. Because I ain't going to lie to you, guys, where I'm at in life, like, I go to that job and the demons in my head get the best of me. And I know it's time for me to leave this job. It's time for me to go, because when I tell you the stuff that I allow the enemy to put in my head will cause me to lose my freedom. And it's like, if you in a place where you got this much inside of you, girl, baby, yeah, it's time for you to get the fuck on. Because before I let anything or anybody or anyone or any situation make me lose my freedom or my life, I would rather just say deuces to it all, like, for real. Because life is too short. Like, I got a classmate who I would never in a million years thought that he would leave the hometown that we grew up in and just spaz the hell out and motherfucker done killed somebody over some damn money, try to take 2 more people out as well. His ass doing like 2 to 3 life sentences with no parole. And I feel like he had a purpose in life, but, he could have been like deep into basketball, but his emotions got the best of him, and now ain't no telling what he doing in prison, how he survived and maintaining. And I say all this, guys, because it's like people can toy with your emotions and you snap, and then reality sets in. You're either dead or you're locked up. And that's why I was like, I ain't never really just paid the process of my life attention where it's time to change. Because every time I would want to do something, I would always feel this heaviness, this bondage that I feel like was preventing me from doing it. But it's like today, it's like I had to take one step closer and say, you know what? If I leave this earth today or tomorrow, my obituary wouldn't even have nothing to say of what I've accomplished. You know, my obituary wouldn't even have 2 pages filled. And I'm like, damn, I'm really at that point in life where I'm so comfortable being in uncomfortable situations. And it was like, damn, this ain't no joke. To work so hard for shit and to lose it. To even get to the point where being in a situation where somebody toy or others toy with your emotions, throw your energy off. Because, you know, I wasn't even one of the type of people that believe in that shit, but I knew growing up that it's something that was in me. Because growing up, I used to get bullied really bad. Like, my folks couldn't even believe I got bullied that bad. And it was just, I didn't fight back. And I always feel that shit, knowing that shit. I hate going to school. I even dropped out at the 7th grade because I didn't want to be there. And then it's like, when I finally had that fight in me, I had got the respect. And it was just me. Y'all, it was just the simple fact where I wasn't being strong like I supposed to. And it's like, I'm so deep into this repetitive cycle of history where I gotta create my own fucking history. Like, this is some shit. Look up and you will really be in a repetitive cycle of where your past come from. And how the fuck I'm in 2024 but going through the struggles and cycles from 2001, 2005, and so on and so on. Like, what? That don't even make sense. You know, they don't even add up. Like, 1 + 1 is 2, and 2 + 2 is 4. Well, shit. That cycle. And it really don't even have to be like that to just take a leap out of faith. Like, this shit is about to be one for the books. Like, no lie, because I always hinder myself from my fulfillment. Literally. I was telling God, like, the other day I was praying to him. And I was like, dang, I give the enemy so much of me and I give you less of me. And I'm like, that don't even add up. That don't even make sense. And then every day of my life is like, he comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And I'm just like, how can I be so foolish to give into Satan's tactics when God has been in my life from the time I came into this life? Because if you were seeing a vision of my life, you know, I know it's people that go through worse and worse, but to not know how things is gonna work out, to go to bed as a kid hungry, to have to steal church water just to wash your ass, have to be cold because fucking utilities were off. I mean, was dealt the hand that we was given. But at the age of this, like at the age of 36, it's like, you don't have to keep going through that. And I'm like, I see why I'm keep going through this cycle, because this is what I accept. Just like the shit I'm going through at this job. When it don't serve your purpose, learn to leave that shit behind. That's what I'm saying. Like, it don't serve your purpose, let it go. Whatever it is. Like, for me, I'm just looking at how, you know, what don't serve my purpose anymore is working for people. Yeah. And why I say that is, this is my disclaimer and my channel. So what I'm about to say is this. Do what makes you happy. Let me phrase that. Do what makes you happy. But as for me, working for people I just can't. Like, I would have to do what I gotta do to make ends meet on the clock. But at the point of my life where it's time for me to be serious about this shit, like for real. And what I mean by that is, like, I ain't telling nobody not to work because, heck, I'm trying to find another job until I get to that point where I'm free from my blood, sweat, and tears working for myself. And it's like, you know, you put your all into this and you can wake up one day and get shitted and spit on. You can put 5+ years into a job and they can give it to somebody else that don't even know what the fuck going on. I mean, you see how it was a lady in her cubicle for 4 days and nobody didn't have a common courtesy to notice that she wasn't clocking in and out. And you know, with the shit of how I feel about the job I'm at, I feel like I'm in prison. Like, no lie. It's just something about this reflection right now, on this day, this year, where I can't keep living like this. I can't keep going through this. Like, I've been just so comfortable being in uncomfortable situations. I've been so just focused on shit that don't even serve a purpose when life has so much to offer. Here I am, you know, feeling the most just fucked up way earlier, all because of somebody else touring with my emotions. And it was like, I can't keep dodging my purpose. Like, while I'm on this camera, I feel so at peace. Like, all I want to do now, as soon as I end this video, is take a nap because I feel at peace. Earlier today, I had every evil, demonic thought I could think of towards that woman. Even made a fucked up couple posts about her. I allowed her to get into my energy when all I had to do was just vent it out a whole nother way. Not even give her that emotions to play with my emotions. Like, she shouldn't even have got my emotions. Because at the end of the day, she's going to be a bitch. She's going to be there until God calls her home. And at the end of the day, I know my purpose and I know my worth and I know what God wants for me. You know, it's like, why allow somebody to toy with your energy, emotions, feelings when you control that shit? Nobody else can control that shit. I mean, God and Jesus control it. But at the end of the day, they give us that free will. The free will, like I had just said that about my classmate. He said allow emotions to get the best of him, but he blacked out. And now every day he's in prison. Ain't no telling what he's doing to survive in prison. But, you know, we about the same age and he may not never come home. I mean, I ain't never known nobody fight life sentences and, you know, and it's just, I'm here because so many times I let people, things, situations fuck with my emotions. Hell, even fuck with my mental. And I was just, you know, looking at something simple as trees and thinking like, damn, I really been taking my life for a joke. Even the small sounds of hearing birds chirping. Do y'all know how beautiful that sounds? Even to have the vision to just see how bright the sun is and how this air feels. Like, that's beautiful. And to know that it can get taken just like that. And here I am, been doing things my way, which this shit ain't been working out. that shit ain't been working out worth a damn trying to do things my way. And it's like, why not do it God's way? Like, God is the one that can see in front. You the one that constantly keep looking back. How about you try looking forward? Like, how about you look forward? How about that? Not try, look forward. And you know, I just had to pop in and, you know, say that because it's just, we all here for a short time, and why not make it a worthwhile experience to live life? Like, we all going through some shit. If you say you ain't, then baby, tell me your secret, honey. And if you ain't going through shit, I salute you, and you is blessed and highly favored if you ain't gotta go through shit, because last I knew, we all gotta go through shit. Hell, even Jesus' only son had to go through it, so maybe you a bad one if you ain't going through nothing. But anyway, y'all, I just pop in to say, you know, no matter what obstacle life has, fight through that, baby. I mean, you only got one life to live. Fight through it. Have fun. Don't give up. Anyway, till next time, y'all. This is Adventures with Ashley. Adventures with Ash, I should say. And I hope y'all be blessed. Stay strong. Never give up. And keep fighting.